In this video, I'm going to be giving away the full step-by-step guide on how to actually scale your painting company in today's economy in 2025, right? To scale your company, you have to look at what even is scaling in the first place, right? So when it's dumbed down, scaling is the process of collecting cash and using that cash to hire things out, which save you more time and effort in order to be able to actually collect more cash and rinsing and repeating the cycle over and over, right? So if you're struggling to scale, it's either because you have problems with getting clients or hiring employees, because if you can't get clients, you're not going to be able to get money. And if you can't get money, then how are you going to be able to hire any of that work out to save yourself time to actually focus on other tasks, which are going to collect more money for the business? And obviously hiring employees, if you can't hire employees, you can't hire out the time that you're using on your business right now to create more time to actually get money, right? So it's not rocket science. You have to learn systems which solve both client acquisition or hiring quality employees which actually stay, right? Which is a lot of the problems which a lot of painting companies have, right? So here is the exact scaling process which I'm giving away, which you must have as a painting company if you want to see success. As we know, to scale, you need money to begin with in the first place. So what you need to do, what you need to focus on before you move to any other step, especially if you're a one-man show, is that you have to book yourself out months or weeks in advance, right? Your schedule should be full. I'm gonna explain how to do this exactly in a little bit. Just hang on a little bit, but first we gotta focus on the exact principles, right? This is just the frameworks, by the way. This is not any of the technicalities, and this is obviously easier said than done. When you're able to solve client acquisition as a one-man show and book yourself out for weeks, you should be able to collect a revenue of around 10 to 15K a month from just you alone, right? This is around the time when you hire your first qualified painter, and we'll get into how to do this a little bit in more in depth as well. You and your first painter, I don't know why I said second, but should be able to do 20 to 25K a month, assuming that you're still on the top of your client acquisition game and you guys are always collecting money as a business and you're always doing estimates and there's always money that's flowing in, right? This should allow you to have more time to do other back end things like estimates, focusing on client acquisition. You're still going to be on the tools, you're still going to be painting, but you just have a little bit more time to do some of the other activities which would bring you more cash, like sales and focusing on marketing, right? Next, after this, you have to go out and hire a second painter. Now, obviously, this is easier said than done, but assuming that you're fully booked out, assuming that cash is always coming in, right? This should be relatively not that hard to do. This is where you want to step back somewhat from the painting and direct your focus to doing back end things like estimates and also focusing on admin work, marketing, that type of stuff, right? You and your crew should be able to collect 30K a month by this point. Problem that a lot of people have, especially around this point, is that they get stuck. And the reason as to why they get stuck at this exact part of their business is because they don't know what to do with the spare time now that they have a crew working on a house, right? They don't know, like, what should I do with that? What should I start painting? Should I focus on some of the back end work or whatever? But most people, they don't have that business knowledge, they don't have that scaling knowledge. So what they end up actually doing is just staying on the tools and just staying a painter, right? And this is not what you want to do. You want to use that time that you have now in order to actually do some of the back end work, like doing more estimates, right? Focusing more on actually how to get clients, how to hire out more work, some of the admin work, and you need to be booked out fully and doing around 10 estimates a week, which is around 40 estimates a month, right? Now, if this is the case and you're fully booked out for weeks, hire two more painters. This shouldn't be relatively hard to do, assuming you're always on the top of your client acquisition game, which I'm going to teach you how to do exactly in a little bit. And this should allow you to reach around 50K in revenue, and there should be no reason for you to be doing any painting whatsoever at this point. If you're doing any painting, you're not doing the right thing. At this point, your role would be a bit more of like a business operator who just manages the teams and focuses on sales and admin work. And you should be doing 15 estimates a week approximately. Obviously, there's admin work, all this other stuff that you have to do as well. But if you do the math, around 50 to 60 estimates a month, right? At this point, your role would be more of a business operator who just manages the teams and focuses only on sales and admin. Shortly afterwards, you want to hire one more painter as kind of like a backup or a helper for projects which take some more time to complete. And you want to appoint one of your painters as a production manager, especially one of the ones who you think are a little bit more kind of quick in terms of their mentality, and kind of they're a bit more hardworking and they want to grow the business a bit more. You want to appoint one of those guys as a production manager, and you want to compensate him for the effort that he does. Spoiler alert, this is giving him a raise, maybe giving him a portion in the business, and actually seeing what he wants out of working with you, right? With the free time that you have now, you should be focused on only sales and estimates, and this should allow you to collect more cash. And now the only step left of being the bottleneck of your business is to fire yourself, right? And how do you do this? You hire out the work that is taking up the most time for you. And this is probably sales for you right now, because you're doing 60 estimates a month, which is taking a lot of time, right? It gets easier before it gets harder, right? So you guys need to actually just look at what's going to get me to my desired outcome of firing myself from this painting business the fastest possible way, right? And that is just thugging it out for a few months, maybe a year or two, and then it'll start to get easy. And that's how you grow a seven-figure business, a seven-figure painting business with little effort left at the end, right? So obviously this is easier said than done, which is why I'm going to explain exactly how to do it step by step in depth, right? First off, we have to understand how to actually get clients and cash as soon as possible. The first and most crucial aspect of this is you need to create an offer that compels people to buy, right? You need to create something that people think is a steal, something they choose you over other companies. Next, we must find people who are actively looking for your service. Now, are you going to find these people on Meta or on Google, right? Once you have these ads running on Meta or Google, you want to direct them to a qualifying questionnaire where you can kind of just filter out the people who aren't really too serious. You want to filter out, as Jordan Belfort says, the looky-loos, the leads that aren't really there. They don't even know what they're doing, right? You want to qualify them so then you can actually know that if these guys are fully serious, if these guys have a burning pain to have their in the interior of their house painted, or maybe if they don't have a realized pain, but you can help them by realizing that pain, right? After they fill out this questionnaire, they're going to be directed to a booking page where they can schedule a time to talk to you over the phone, not an estimate, and which is a problem that a lot of business owners actually make, because it's too big of a threshold for your prospect to actually go through, right? They don't know you, they haven't talked to you, right? There's not that much personalization. So you want to hold their hand, you want to take it slow and steady, and just take it naturally, right? And make them schedule a time to talk to you over the phone, so then they can become familiar with you and they can trust you more. So then the chances of them actually buying increases, right? If they don't schedule an appointment within 5 minutes, which is actually surprisingly a lot of leads, you want to text them and get them into a conversation, which can then transition over the phone, right? Now, these texts, at first they would be automated, but then you want to get into a genuine human interaction with them, and you want to make it seem natural, so then they feel more comfortable with you on getting over the phone with you, right? After this, you want to book an estimate for them over the phone. And you need to learn sales for this. Obviously, you need to learn how to actually dig deep into their pain, why they actually need to actually get this job done as soon as possible. And there's going to be videos about this coming up very soon. At this point, the estimate should be booked and the client is closed, and you just get to doing what you do best, which is, of course, paint their house, right? Now, obviously, I know what you guys are probably asking, but Ahmed, how do you do these ads? How do you make these ads? Particularly, like I've ran ads, they don't work, that type of stuff. So we have to understand what type of ads work in the first place, right? So ads that look like ads, they don't work, right? So what you need to do is you need to create something that disrupts the brain's decision to automatically just scroll past the ad, especially if it's on Meta like Instagram or Facebook. A good example that I want to give is, for example, let's say if you see a car ad, right? Car ads are extremely professional. And, for example, if you see a car ad on your feed, your brain literally consciously just scrolls past it, because your subconscious side of your head is literally thinking, this is an ad, who cares about it, right? They just scroll past it. So in other words, you got to create something that makes the prospect's brain think of, wait up, this isn't just some other ad, right? So how do we do this? We have to create a very personalized casual video for our company, which is like the normal videos that they usually see on their feed, right? So then the subconscious part of their brain doesn't automatically associate with an ad. And you guys want to use your own footage, make it super personalized, include yourself in it, be super friendly, and include some of the jobs that you guys have done as well, so then you can build trust over the ad and then seem like the friendly neighborhood painting company. Usually videos work better, so I'm actually just going to explain how to do this in this video as well. I just recorded a video for you guys. For better explanation, I'm actually just going to record myself and show you kind of how it looks like. Hey Calgary, if you're a homeowner and your house paint from the inside is getting a little bit dingy and you think that it might be time for a repaint, then we can help you out. I'm with Skilled Painters, and we've helped countless of homeowners all over Calgary. This is repainting the inside of their homes, and we're currently offering exclusive deals for painting the inside of your home. We're actually doing a deal of $700 off just before the upcoming holiday. We're trying to fit a couple people in for the limited spots that we have, and this is just if you want to refresh the look of your home, just give it that new, brand new feel like when you first walked into the house. If that sounds fair, you can just scroll down below. Just click on the get offer button and we'll get in touch soon. We'll see if we can help you out. Anyways, talk to you soon. Now keep in mind that this is just an example. I didn't spend too much time on it. I spent like 10 minutes recording this. I'm probably not going to spend that much time editing it, right? But you guys are definitely going to want to put a lot more time. So what I recommend is just keeping it simple and then also putting some of your work that you guys have done as well. Some of the footage that you guys have done of people's jobs, some of the interior painting or exterior painting, whatever you guys want to market, right? Put that over, like, just edit that over, put some footage over you talking and everything, just so that people can trust you a little bit more, right? And it becomes more personalized. So what you guys want to do is you want to implement everything that I've taught you with in regards to creation of ads, and then you guys want to implement it into the system which I had talked about before. And I'm actually going to show you exactly more in depth of how to actually do this, and I'm giving it away all completely for free. I'm giving away all the sauce. First off, what you guys want to do is you guys want to go to Meta Ads Manager, right? So you guys just want to search up like Ads Manager on Google, right? And then you guys want to go over to create a new ad, create a new campaign, and you guys want to put the focus over to leads, right? You guys want to continue, and then do recommended settings, continue. Now it's going to take you to this page, right? I'm just going to title this ad campaign. So you guys don't want to do any special ad categories. You guys want to leave this blank. And then advantage campaign budget, you guys want to put this on as well. I would recommend doing at least more than $20, right? A lot of people, whenever they do Facebook ads or Google ads or any kind of advertising of that sort, they usually put their ad campaign budget at like $3, $5 or something like that, which is not going to get you any results. And then they wonder why they're not getting any results. Part of the reason as to why is because, first of all, they're not doing ads right completely, right, which is a big part of it. And then a second reason is because they're not putting enough money in, right? So what you guys need to do if you guys want to properly scale your painting company through the use of advertising is you guys got to do at least $20 a day, right? What I recommend is actually like closer to $30 to $35. So let's just say $33 a day, which is around $1,000 a month. You guys have to be willing to put this investment into your business, because if that $1,000 turns into $10,000, then it's completely worth it, right? So you're going to be spending an extra average of $33 a day. And then budget scheduling, you guys want to leave this blank, and we'll click on next, right? So your performance goal is the maximum amount of leads. Obviously there's maximum amount of conversion leads as well, but there's a way to get these leads to turn into very high converting clients as well, right? Schedule, you guys can schedule this whenever you guys want. And then ad spending limits, you guys can set this up as well, right? Your locations. Now this is very, very important for the audience. I'm going to get to actually how to do this right now. So there's a website, it's called justicemap.org, and not actually a lot of people know about this specific website, right? Pretty much what it does, it has info on the entire United States on obviously their race and stuff, so it is a bit discriminatory, but it also has targeting on income as well. So you can see exactly precisely which areas within your city are making the most money, right? So let's say you live in Charlotte, North Carolina, right? This is just an example. You might be living anywhere in the United States. This works for anywhere, but let's just say you're in Charlotte, North Carolina, right? So as you can see, as I zoom a little bit more down on Charlotte, you can see that there's red areas and then there's blue areas. The blue areas are more of the southern part of the city. The red areas are more of the northern part of the city. The red areas represent areas where the people living there, they have less of an average income, right? So let's say if we click on this specific area right here, Westerly Hills, that as you can see, the average income over here where my mouse is, $39,714, right? Which is not much. You guys don't want to be targeting these types of people. What you guys do want to be targeting are the areas which are more affluent, right? So for example, this area called Myers Park right here, this is making $172,083 as an average income. This is a very affluent area, right? You guys want to be targeting these types of areas, and justicemap.org is something that people don't really know about, and it really helps with, even if you do live in the city, it really helps with just pinpointing exactly where the people who are making the most money actually live, right? So what you guys want to do is you guys want to get the zip codes of the areas which are making money and implement and input them all into your advertising areas, right? So for example, Myers Park, I can just quickly just search up Myers Park zip code, and these are the areas of Myers Park, right? These are the zip codes of Myers Park. So then I'm going to copy and paste this all into my ads manager. You guys want to input this zip code into the Facebook Ads Manager audience locations targeting, right? And then I'm not going to do this for all of Charlotte because that takes like way too much time and I don't have that much time right now, but you guys definitely should do this, right? Because you're not making a video on how to do this, right? You guys want to include the areas which you guys want to target, and then you guys also want to include the areas which you guys want to leave out. And another feature that you can use on justicemap.org is you can maybe even click on some of these areas and they have their zip codes. Just it just tells you their zip codes when you click on them, right? So for example, Clanton Park, Roseland, let me just try to find an area which has a zip code, Renaissance West, which is by the airport, right? So as you can see, it shows me the zip code right over here, 28208. And then you guys want to go back to your ads manager and go to exclude, add exclusions, and then you guys want to put this area right over there, right? And you guys want to do this for the entire city or the entire area which you guys are trying to target, right? This is a relatively a big area. Now for advantage audience, right? So this is pretty much just targeting people with specific interests on Facebook. Now the good thing or bad thing, depending on how you look at it, for Meta, is that it can target people extremely accurately based on their interests or based on their income or even based on other more specific things, right? Now, obviously, if you look at it from a privacy perspective, that's not good. But from an advertising perspective, we can use that to our advantage, right? So for advantage audience, there's three types of audiences that you want to have, and there's three types of ad sets that you want to have. Ad sets are the ones that are over here now. The ad campaign is the full ad like campaign that you're trying to run as a whole, and then between under the ad campaigns you're going to have different types of ad sets which you're trying to market, like pretty much different types of audiences which you're trying to market. And then under the different types of ad sets, there's different types of ad creatives, which are like different types of media that you're going to use for your ads, right? So the ad creatives are pretty much like, for example, if you want to test one video that is a video of a testimonial with one of your clients and he's talking about your service, and then you want to test out another like picture, let's say, right? Like the picture and the video are going to be two different types of creatives, right? Those are two creatives, and then those are going to be under one ad set, and the ad set is going to be mainly just for the targeting for those two specific creatives that you're trying to test out, right? If that makes sense. Now for the audience, we're going to be doing three different types of ad sets, and each ad set is going to have their own unique audience, right? Now throughout this entire thing, we're targeting with income. As we're using justicemap.org, we're using that to target specific areas in the city. But then we're also going to be targeting for income specifically using the Facebook settings, so then we can really ensure that we're getting the top income households in the area that you're trying to target, right? So we'll actually do that for the one that I'm trying to show you right now. So you guys want to click onto the advantage audience, and then you guys want to go to age. Now for every single ad set that you guys want to do, Nobody is going to be buying a home at 18 years old, right? So you guys want to be targeting an age where homeowners actually might be the demographic, and the earliest age for that is probably around 26 to 27, maybe even 28. We'll just say 27 for this specific ad campaign, right? Obviously, the maximum age is going to be 65 because people at that age own homes. And then for genders, you guys want to do all genders. And then for detail targeting, this is where, for example, we're going to have three different types of ad sets, three different types of targeting. So then for this specific ad set, we're going to have income targeting, right? So you guys want to do all of this. So except for you guys don't want to be doing 25 to 50% of zip codes. You guys want to be doing 5% of zip codes. So then you guys are gonna want to put that inside. And then for 10% of zip codes, and then for 10 to 25% of zip codes. Right? So that's how you target specifically for income for the households in the area that you're trying to reach out to, right? Once you do that, once you have that ad set up, you guys want to go. I'm gonna explain exactly how to create the ad campaign and what to actually do. So now for the ad campaign, I'm speeding through this because I'm trying to get this done as fast as possible. This recording is 30 minutes long and I got to edit afterwards as well. So you guys obviously want to choose a page that you guys want to promote and create the ad. Now the ad media. So now using the ad that I showed you how to create earlier on, you guys want to download that. You guys want to edit it out, and then once you guys feel like it's ready to be uploaded, you guys want to upload it as a ad. Okay, yeah. So you guys want to click on to upload, and then I actually have an ad already built out, the one that I created in the video. And as you can see, it's uploading now. It's just called ad.mpu4. It's the one that I use for an example. And once this finishes uploading, click on next, right? And then it's going to ask you if you want to trim it. And also another pointer as well, if you're going to be creating ads, create it in a 9 by 16 types pixels type format, right? So like the format where someone can just be on their phone and they can see it, and there wouldn't be any types of black spaces on the screen, and they can easily just scroll on it, right? The format that most apps and most websites really prefer nowadays. So obviously it's gonna be asking me to trim some of the ads if I really want to. I already edited it, so it's all good. 9 by 16, as you can see, it's recommended, but my video is already in 9 by 16 format, so I don't need to be adjusting it for anything like that, right? You're gonna click on done. I'm just waiting for this to finish. And then now for the primary text, this is your copy. This is extremely important, but I'm not gonna go over this through this video because it's just gonna take like a very long time to actually create. It might take me like an extra 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm really trying to optimize on my time right now. But for the headline, what you guys want to do, this is like your call to action. So it says claim your free estimate now, and then it's gonna have a link to a page where they can end up filling out a qualification form with you, right? Description, you guys can just leave this blank, and then the call to action is uh, get quote. For Advantage Creative, you guys just want to leave this normal, and then instant form, you guys can create an instant form, but typically with instant forms, if you guys are gonna do it, just know that it might get you some lower quality leads in general, right? So what you guys want to do is you guys want to create a landing page separate from Facebook where they can actually fill out a qualification form, because the more hoops they can get your prospect to jump through, the more qualified they're going to be. Because there's a problem with Facebook, and this is especially if you don't qualify your leads, you're going to be getting all types of people, because Facebook essentially is what it's trying to do is just send you all different types of leads. It doesn't matter what type of quality they are, right? So what your job as an advertiser is to qualify those leads, right? You don't want to be getting people who don't even know that they signed up for your getting your offer or whatever. You guys don't want to be getting people who are searching for a job and just saw your ad and saw your ad as a way to reach out to you and try to get themselves hired, right? You guys want to be creating multiple qualifications so then people don't waste their time, and the people especially who are on the lower side of quality leads, they see that they're going to be wasting their time because they're not even going to buy anyways, if they fill out the forms with you and jump through all of those hoops. So you really want to set up those hoops for people, for this extremely serious people and somewhat serious leads to actually jump through, so then they can become qualified. The people who you're going to be targeting in just marketing in general, this is just a general rule of thumb, are the people who are buyers in pain and buyers in power. And so the buyers, sorry, buyers in heat, not buyers in pain. So the buyers in heat are the people who have a urging pain, right? They have to get the interior of the house repainted as soon as possible, and they literally can't wait, right? So those guys are very easy to sell to. The buyers in heat are only 2 to 4% of the actual market, right? Now a bigger percentage of this is buyers in power. Now buyers in power are those who have a pain, right? They have a pain, they have to get their house repainted, but they just haven't come to the realization that they need to do that just yet, right? Now these people are very good leads as well, because you can turn them into buyers in heat, right? You can turn them into people who are realizing that they have to get this problem fixed within their home, right? So those are the two types of people that you guys want to target for marketing in general. And then the people that you guys want to stay away from and that you guys want to just make sure don't even enter your funnel are looky loos. So as Jordan Belfort says, they're people who don't even know why they signed up for it, or they don't even care or anything like that, right? You guys want to make sure that those guys don't come through your funnel, right? So now that is an example of a campaign that you guys can set up within an ad set. Now within the campaign, there's going to be different ad sets. So I'm going to explain how to actually set up each individual ad set. The one which we just did right now is targeted for income. So the next ad set that you guys want to create is let me just, you guys want to go over here, create ad set. Now for the audience, again, obviously there's an option which you can do by going back to the previous ad set and saving that as an audience, and then you guys can implement it over here. I'm just not going to do it right now because that's going to take some time. I just want to teach you everything that I have to know without going too much into the technicalities of this, right? And then for the advantage audience, you guys want to go over here. Obviously your age is going to be 27 to 65 or 26 to 65. The age ranges where homeowners will be present, all genders, and then detail targeting. You guys want to leave this completely blank. Now the previous one we did it for income, right? We targeted by income. So we searched up income, and then we targeted by the top 20 10% of incomes, for example, in the US for the areas that we're targeting, right? But for this specific ad set, you guys want to leave that blank, and then you guys want to go over to next, and you guys pretty much want to set up the exact same creative that you created in this specific in the ad set that you guys did before, and then you guys want to use that exact same creative in this next ad set. So you guys want to set this this ad set up the exact same, and then you guys want to create another ad set, which is let me just go over here, create another ad set, and then you guys want to target this for interest, right? So when you're targeting for interest for your audience, you guys want to go over here, just add the audience. Obviously you guys want to do 27 to 65, all genders, all demographics, and then for the interests, you guys want to specifically have things that are related to home improvement, right? People who actually care about the condition of their homes, home, yeah, even home and garden could work. Like people who have these interests in actually maintaining the fresh look of their home, you know. So I'm not going to get too much into it. You guys can just let's just put one more, for example, home. um let's see what's a good one. Home construction. Yeah, I mean home repair, that's a good one. You just target people who are interested in things that are most likely going to be able to buy your services, right? And then you guys want to set up the exact same creative that you guys set in the previous two ad sets, and then you guys want to set it up for this specific ad set as well, right? Now ideally for each ad set you guys have three creatives. So you have one creative which is a testimonial of one of your clients, just explaining how you guys have done a good job. The second creative should be a an ad where you're explaining exactly how the process works, right? Exactly how, like, you know, you're gonna provide your prospects with the best possible results. And then the third one should be a combination of both. So a testimonial of your clients just talking about your performance in general, and then like at the end you can include a part where you're just briefly explaining the process and how you can help your prospects out, right? So now that you have all of this set up, you guys want to link it over to a specific software that is able to track all of the numbers that you guys do from these ads, right? Now a good software that I recommend specifically is called Go High Level, right? They have a 14-day free trial. You guys can sign up for it. And then over here in Go High Level, you can create specific landing pages where you can create forms and implement those forms into landing pages that look very smooth, and then link that over to your Facebook and have your prospects have to fill out that form when they click on the ad and you get directed to that page where they have to fill out that form, right? Now, a good example of this, of a website where you can actually create a funnel, is this type of website over here, which I've set up. It just says want $700 off a full interior repaint. Your home may qualify for our showcase program. So obviously you have the first name, last name, phone, email, like their basic contacts, and then you got to have some qualifying questions as well, right? Another good question out of that could be added to this is also like how big is your home? So they would have an option that says 0 to 1,500 square feet, 1,500 to 2,000, 2,000 to 2,500, and then more than 2,500 square feet, right? Because if you think about it, if a lead comes into the pipeline and they say that they want a full interior repaint, the condition of their paint, they have a few cracks and nail holes that need patching, and then they're willing to get this done as soon as possible, and also they have a home that is over 2,500 square feet. If you call them up, like I was explaining in the processes before, if you call them up and get into a conversation and they say, I don't remember signing up for this, they're lying, right? So this is what a super qualified and this is what a super qualified funnel does for your prospects, right? So another good question that you guys can ask over here is another qualifying question, like how big is your home, right? And then obviously there's consent as well, and then they can over here just says button, but then it will just say submit on your guys' funnels, right? So they will submit. Once these guys submit, they're gonna be entered into a automation system. Now this can all be created by Go High Level, by the way. I know it might be a little bit complex, but please just hang on for a second. They're going to be entered into this automation system. So for example, it says Facebook lead form submitted. Now this is the lead form, which is like right over here, right? So once they submit all of this, their information gets automatically put into the software, which organizes everything out and it sends out messages and automation and notifies you automatically when a lead has entered the pipeline, right? Now, as you can see, it says Facebook lead form submitted. You guys want to create an automation like this, and you guys can actually copy the exact steps that I actually did for my automation and implement into your business, right? There's different types of organization things like claim voucher. These are obviously a bit more complex. I'll get into it in another day. But then you get emailed, you get a notification that there's a new lead. Now, if we actually click on this notification, it says from location name, new lead contact for X location, whatever your company is called, and then it says new lead, their contact information, and then you got to contact them right away. After this is sent to your email or your phone or whatever it is, they're gonna have to wait 2 minutes, and an automated message will be sent out to them. This is obviously customizable, but for us, we just did is this contact first name, and now the contact first name is obviously going to be automatically inputted into this message because it's automatically in our system. You're going to wait for the contact to reply for 10 minutes, and now there's a bunch of different types of automations. So if the contact reply, they're going to put them into another workflow, which is a 6-day nurture, where they're going to be sent automatic text messages and emails pretty much every single day, trying to get them to respond and trying to be as natural as possible and trying to make the process flow as smoothly as possible. And then there's also the other branch as well, where if they reply and their intent is positive, right, you can wait 2 minutes, make it seem a little bit natural. The reason as to why you wait is because you want to make it seem natural, and then you want to have a automatic text message that's sent out to them, which is pretty personalized, which is awesome. This is location, your company first name with um, blah 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 company name. You saw they reached out on Facebook about interior painting. Wait 12 seconds to make it seem a little bit personalized, especially if they're on the text message screen at that moment. And then you want to send them an automatic text message where it says, can you tell me a little bit about the condition of your paint? This is automatic. And then after this, you guys want to naturally engage in a conversation with them. So then essentially what the goal with this is that you guys want to get them onto a call where you guys can just ask them a little bit more about what their kind of needs are and what kind of things you can do for them and how comfortable they are with you giving them an estimate for their home, right? So yeah, that is pretty much the entire system for running ads on Meta. For the recruitment process, once you're fully booked out with the client acquisition process shown above, then this is when you start to focus on recruiting, right? Most people, when it comes to hiring employees, they don't have a problem with finding employees in itself, but they have a problem with getting them to stay. And this is what I've seen with a lot of painters, right? And actually hiring good employees which stay and don't mess anything up and paint in the exact same way which you want them to paint, right? Now, this is either because one or all of the reasons which I'm about to give. Now, number one, your expectations are way too high. A lot of people, especially painting business owners, when they get into this business and they're starting to hire out the work that they have to do, they look for someone who has a good attitude. They have 5 to 10 years in the business. They have 5 to 10 years painting. They're an expert at what they do. They're completely easy to work with, and then you start to realize that this person doesn't exist because they probably have their own company, right? Well, your goal as a painting company owner is that you guys want to take people from all the way here, and then you guys want to take them to here. You guys want to train them on exactly how you run things as a business owner, and more importantly as a painter in general, right? A part of this is that you don't train them exactly how you operate to the T, right? You don't train them exactly on what specific techniques that you specifically use for yourself, and rather you just kind of they just tell you, oh yeah, I have a year or two in this experience of painting, and you think that they're good to just go on their own, when in reality you got to train them exactly how you do things yourself, because it's especially important when you're laying out expectations with your prospect and with your clients, that you're about to potentially charge thousands of dollars for, and you're telling them that you're going to do such a good job, and this guy who you just hired doesn't paint in the way that you paint, and he doesn't fulfill up to the expectations, right? So you guys got to train them extensively, spend at least 2 to 3 weeks with them, and just training them exactly on how you operate, watch how they do every single process, and then train them accordingly. Secondly, you don't see what they want, right? So an easy way to actually just do this and to how you can save yourself a lot of headache is just when you're hiring them, just ask them, like, what do you want out of this job? Is it money? Is it time? What do you want out of this job, right? Because I guarantee you that if you fulfill to someone's needs, if you fulfill to what someone else wants, they'll also want to return the favor as well, right? For example, like, people aren't just going to be doing a job for $25 an hour or $20 an hour or whatever, and you think that's good enough for them because you're just giving them a job and they're employed and stuff like that. No, people want more, right? Especially when they see that there's not that many other employees with them. It's not like a super corporate, super enterprise company, and they see that they can literally just do this themselves if they just put a little bit more time and effort and literally make double the amount of money or even triple the amount of money. $20 to $25 an hour is not going to cut it for them, right? Especially when they see the business growing, and they see that there's only two other coworkers with them, and they see that they can also accomplish this on their own as well. So you guys have to maybe even give them a stake in the business, maybe just offer some kind of incentives where they can get promoted to other positions where they get paid more when the business grows. So you guys need to see what they want and just work around that. And fourth, you need to be patient and not needy. A lot of people, they usually just jump into just hiring anybody who can walk and use their hands, when in reality that shouldn't be the case. You got to qualify your potential employees, right? The same way that you qualify, your clients, which we were talking about before. You got to qualify your employees, right? Most painters usually blame their workers for being so bad at what they do, but in reality they actually forget that they're the ones who hired these guys in the first place. Now, with that being said, you guys can implement this entire system for yourself and get amazing results, especially with the more in-depth videos on each individual process which I outlined in this video. Especially if you guys have the time to do it for yourself, that is a very good route that you guys can go down. But if you guys want an expert company to implement it for you and get results right away, that's something we can do as well. First of all, we have to understand levels of a painter before we even get into anything. So level 1 painter, this is someone who is a one-man show, right? They might be getting some clients, they might be fully booked out, they might be a slave to their business. They're a one-man show, right? A level 2 painter has a crew or two, but they're still heavily involved inside of their business. Now, a test that I like to do is called the vacation test, right? So if you can leave your business for a vacation and that business can thrive and operate normally compared to like when you were over there at the business location yourself, then that is a business that you can detach yourself from. A level 2 painter is someone who can't do that just yet, right? A level 3 painter is someone who is almost entirely detached from the business and has multiple crews running, right? The business can thrive without his presence. So what is our offer? Our offer is to take you from being a level 1 painter or a level 2 painter all the way to a level 3 or more painter, right? We're going to input systems and frameworks into your business which solve the full gap for you to be able to scale, right? This includes, we're going to build out your entire offer and the whole entire client acquisition system for you, and also book you out for estimates for quality homeowners ready to buy for weeks on end, so you never have to worry about getting another lead again, and you actually have the capital to scale and hire your work out to save time. And we're also going to teach you how to run the entire system for yourself as well at the same time, so you can even implement it for yourself even 3 years down the line if you stop working with us. You're going to have a full course on related to everything that's related to scaling your painting business. You're going to learn how to find A player talent, sales objections, scripts, frameworks, and more, right? You're going to have bi-weekly mentorship, pretty much about anything related to scaling your business, hiring, sales, anything, and check-out calls for anything related to scaling. So with that being said, what makes us different from all these other people who you see online? We're not just a marketing company that provides watered down leads and scams you for your money. I think you guys know what I'm talking about, right? We all do. Nor do we sell a course which you can find completely on YouTube and charge you thousands of dollars with a guarantee, even though you're completely liable for implementing the material in that course for yourself, right? Instead, what we actually do is we focus on solving the full gap for your painting business by incorporating done for you and done with you and do it yourself systems within your business. We don't just mentor you and try to scale you using only through that method, but we actually fulfill and implement systems within your company as well as holding your hand along the way to get there, right? Most people selling a mentorship on or a course usually have a quote unquote guarantee that ensures that they usually get the better end of the stick. Although they might say that they have a guarantee, if things go bad, they can easily blame you because you bear the responsibility of implementing their ideas yourself, right? Which they can use to their advantage. For example, they can say that you didn't implement their mentioned sales advice or their mentored client acquisition advice, which is why you could not get the results, even though you might have implemented it and didn't get results for some reason. And thus they're not responsible for the guarantee. So how do we solve this? We solve this because we're the ones who's going to be booking you guys completely out, and our guarantee falls largely on our performance, not yours, but our performance, which is only fair for you as a client, because our guarantee ensures that you're going to get all the mentoring right? All the client acquisition mentoring, even though we're implementing it ourselves and it might hurt our business, quote unquote, our guarantee ensures that you get all of that and courses free of liability because the guarantee falls on our performance as a growth partner, right? So what's our guarantee? We help every single aspect of scaling painting businesses so they get more time and money. And our guarantee is that you'll add at least an extra $7,500 in revenue in just your first month if you partner with us, or you get 100% of your money back, right? We like to under promise and over deliver. Some of you bigger companies who might be watching this might be like, $7,500 is not that much money. It's not, I don't really see it as something that is worth it. Now, keep in mind that our position as a growth partner is that we're trying to pretty much target the broad audience of painting companies, whether they're at $8,000 a month in revenue or $100,000 a month in revenue. So the reason as to why we guarantee that we'll add an extra only $7,500 in revenue is because we're trying to cater to the least performing people who might enter into our partnership, right? In the end, the guarantee is just to make sure that we're doing the best that we can, and it shouldn't really be your main focus, right? Because the best thing about this is that we're solving the full gap for you to be able to scale, and that's the thing that you should be focusing on. So from this, you get a full done for you client acquisition system to keep yourself booked out, to have the resources and capital to be able to scale, guaranteed, right? You get a full guide on how to fix client acquisition for yourself, mentorships, and also courses as well. And this is completely free of liability, unlike other people in this industry. You get a full guide on how to hire quality painters who stay in your business for a long time, so then you can expand your company to save both time and also use that time to do other activities which you make you more money, and keep on rinsing and repeating that cycle. You're gonna get SOPs, which stands for standard operating procedures, and frameworks for hiring A quality players who actually stay. You're gonna get a full guide on how to get commercial/industrial clients in your area, so then you never have to worry about getting monthly recurring revenue ever again. And then you're going to get interview scripts for hiring A player talent who actually stay and actually do the best job that they possibly can. Sales objection scripts, sales frameworks, mentorships, and also philosophies as well. You're going to get bi-weekly overall mentorship on anything that's related to scaling your painting company, whether that's getting clients and dealing with clients, hiring employees who stay, sales, operations, etc. You're going to get 7 days a week text/email support for any questions that's related to scaling your business. Now, this is our main offer. On top of this offer, what we can also do for you as well, if we see that you're a good fit and you think that this is also a good fit for you as well, is that we'll implement our own Skill Painters SEO engine inside of your business to solve the full problem of not being the painting expert within your area, right? This is going to ensure that instead of worrying about client acquisition, you're going to be fully booked out for weeks and actually have the capital to be able to hire, work out, and skill. This is something that will benefit you even 3 years down the line. Let's say if you were to exit our partnership by that point, this is something that will continue to benefit you till then. We'll also implement our impeccable Google review system that guarantees 5 stars each time that you serve a client, or you can also use it to get tons of reviews from your previous clients by contacting them in bulk. And this is just an add-on to the first skilling system, which I showed you right over here. And it can also be done on its own if we think that it's the right fit for you, and if you think that it's the right fit for your business as well. So as you can see, we are skill painters. We want to paint ourselves as the full bridge to be able to scale yourself from a level 1 or 2 painter over to a level 3 painter or more. Now, who is this for? This is for any type of painting company who is doing more than 8K in revenue per month, right? This even includes level 3 painters as well, who are doing more than 7 figures a year and are looking to scale as well as anybody in between, right? Who is this not for? This is not for painters who are doing less than 8K in revenue. Although if you think that you're a good fit, you guys can reach out and we'll see if you qualify. If that sounds interesting, schedule a free consultation call. Now, as I'm actually editing this, I found out that I actually made a mistake on conveying where you can actually schedule a call. So I'm just going to tell you right now. So if you guys want to schedule a call, you guys can scroll down to the comment section if you're on YouTube and click on the pinned comment link, right? It's going to take you to a place where you can schedule a call with us and we can see how we can help you guys out. If you guys are watching this on another website, just scroll all the way down to the website, and there should be a button that allows you to go to a page where you can schedule a call. On this call, we're going to devise an exact step-by-step procedure for you to hit the guarantee that we mentioned earlier, as well as provide mentored value from our end, right? And then we're also going to see if you are a good fit for being able to partner with us, and if our values and our systems will be able to be implemented successfully within your company. Let's say we don't see you as a good fit, or you think that this isn't for you. You're at least going to take away something new of value regardless of the outcome. So I highly recommend it. Anyways, that was a step-by-step guide on how to scale your painting company in 2025. I'm going to go. Bye.